Cam Newton was released by the New England Patriots, and this is exactly why you go ahead and subscribe to Chat Sports. When breaking news happens, I don't care what time of the day it is, we're going to be breaking down a video for you. So to make sure that you don't miss any of our future shows, what I want you to do is hit that big red button underneath this video and turn on those notifications. That way you never miss anything. Cam Newton potential destinations coming at you here at Chat Sports. Mitchell Renz ready to break it all down. So what we're going to be looking at here is the news around Newton being released by New England, and then maybe 5 teams out there that could go out and sign the veteran quarterback. I'll say this, though. I don't really know if there's too many people that would have went ahead and bet on this deal happening. If you guys want to make some bets, you can go ahead and go to chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFL Daily. When you're looking at some of this news, though, the Patriots obviously drafted Mac Jones 15th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft. The young rookie out of Alabama, by all counts, from everything that I've heard, it seemed like that he's outplayed Newton. Now, there was a few different reasons why he was potentially moved on from. He had some issues with, not wanting to get vaccinated, getting outplayed by Jones, and also just Jones looking that good. But the fact that both of these quarterbacks were battling all offseason, all during the preseason, Newton, I actually thought was going to end up being the starter. Hell, I made a video here yesterday at Chat Sports about trying to predict some starters. I really thought that Bill Belichick was going to go with an older quarterback instead of going with Jones. But, hey, he proved me wrong, so here we go. Cam Newton, no longer a member of the New England Patriots. So here is what he posted on Instagram. I really appreciate all the love and support during this time, but I must say, please don't feel sorry for me. I'm good. One finger, one pinky, one thumb. It's basically like the love sign. He throws that up on IG. I don't know why he's using this font here, so I got to get this off the screen. It's just absolutely killing my eyes. So what I want you guys to do right now is go down in the comment section and sound off. What's your one-word reaction to Cam getting cut today? And now, the other reason why he was moved on from is because in the NFL, rosters have to get down to that 53-man. So there's always some surprise cuts. Last week, I filmed a video about some surprise cut candidates. Kind of wish I would have put Cam Newton in this bad one. So go down in those comments right now. What's your one-word reaction to Cam Newton getting cut today? My one-word reaction is wow, and the reason why I'm going to go wow, I'm going to go piggybacking off my man Jack Lauderay, because his dad texted him on his phone when he saw the Cam Newton news, and all it said was wow. Because, that's kind of where I was at, too. I have family members. I met a lot of people in my time when I used to live in Boston. They were all very, very surprised. But shout out to producer Jeremy here, where he's put this note at the bottom. Sometimes the best decisions are the hardest, which, yeah, I do think this is the best decision going forward for the Patriots, and maybe it's going to end up being the best decision for Cam Newton as well. The issue is, as I am about to break down some of these destinations for Superman, he's not really Superman anymore, and I don't know exactly if there's a team out there in the NFL where Cam Newton could potentially start. So coming up right now, we're going to be breaking down 5 teams out there that I believe could just pick up the phone, give Cam Newton a call. Now, none of these teams are ranked, so the first team you're going to see, they're not the first most likely. I didn't go ahead and do that. All we're going to do here is break down 5 teams that could actually go out and get Cam Newton. The first team coming up here is the Houston Texans. Maybe you guys have heard that they're having some quarterback issues this offseason. It sounds like they're going to be paying Deshaun Watson about $10 million to be the 4th-string quarterback. No disrespect to Rod Taylor, Davis Mills, but I wouldn't be really confident in any of these dudes playing. Now, I'll also go ahead and say this. They did pay Rod Taylor halfway decent amount of money to be a backup if everything would have worked out with Deshaun. So with Newton, do you really want to go ahead and add another quarterback to your depth chart when you're already paying Taylor, you're already paying Watson? No disrespect to Davis Mills, but he's probably even the worst option out of them all. But I did figure with all the quarterback issues going on with the Texans, maybe if they decide to move on from Watson, they could go ahead and give Cam Newton a call. Now, here's the one hell of a call we got going on here. If you go to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code NFL Daily, you're actually going to be able to get a 125% deposit bonus. So if you don't know what that means out there, it's all good. I was terrible at math myself. If you deposit $100 at chatsports.com/bet, it means you're going to get $125 for free. Now, usually when I come on this show and I talk about BetUS, I like to give you guys something to go ahead and bet on. The issue is, and I want you to monitor this, BetUS right now took down the odds for Mac Jones to go ahead and win Rookie of the Year. What I want you to do is check periodically, because when they come back, I actually think this is a halfway decent bet. Now, if you want to go ahead and put money on Bill Belichick winning Coach of the Year, that's plus 1,400 odds. If you want to bet on the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, plus 4,000 odds. All I'm saying is this: go ahead, put your money down, monitor the situation, and if you want to have a little bit of fun, maybe rock and roll with Mac Jones winning Rookie of the Year. All right, y'all, let's go to this next team coming up here. We got the Washington football team. And Jeremy and I, before we started the show, he's like, do you think people are going to care that I don't put football team? At this point, I think everybody, even my mother, wants them to come up with the team name. But the reason why this one does make a little bit of sense here is because remember that guy, Ron Rivera? Remember how him and Cam Newton used to be, quarterback coach in the Carolina Panthers? Yeah, well, I understand the fact that they signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. But if you have a connection and they have a good relationship, could Riverboat Ron go ahead and decide to bring in his old buddy, his old pal, where they ended up winning an MVP, a season where they went 15-1? Sure, they lost in the Super Bowl, but that connection is at least there. Now, you could go ahead and bring in Cam Newton, and when you look at his numbers last year, you're like, why the hell would they do that? Ryan Fitzpatrick was phenomenal, and you're right, Fitzmagic was very good last season. That QBR of 76.9, that's top 5 in the NFL. But if you guys have watched football for, I'll say, the last 10 years, anytime you talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick, you're going to know two things. One, that he went to Harvard. The other thing is when he's supposed to start, he doesn't play very well. So here's my question. I want you guys to go down in the comments section and let me know, who's the better quarterback? Who do you think would be the better quarterback on the Washington football team? I want you to go ahead and type CN for Cam Newton or RF for Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Atlanta Falcons are the next team up here, and I'm not 100% sure if Cam would be on board being a backup, which this could make it a little bit of a sticky situation. However, he knows the division from playing in the NFC South for such a long time. Matt Ryan is not getting any younger, and when you think about one of the quarterbacks that probably had the most trade rumors around him this offseason, I don't know if Matt Ryan had the most, but he was definitely top 5. And Newton's better than A.J. McCarron. He's better than Felipe Franks, for my goodness sake. But when you really talk about some of these other backups, if you want to be able to insert a quarterback who can maybe come in once in a while, take a little bit of pressure off the running game, because sure, Mike Davis is an okay back, but he's your only running back. What happens if they just brought in Cam Newton to just run a few extra goal line rushes? All I'm saying is it's at least something to think about. Now, if Cam Newton does end up signing somewhere, or who knows, I mean, the football season is crazy. Maybe Cam Newton retires. I have no idea. If any of that stuff happens, we're going to keep you up to date here at Chat Sports. So stay up to date on news, rumors, fun little segments like this. All you got to do to make sure you don't miss anything is go ahead and subscribe. Next team coming up here is the Dallas Cowboys. So Dallas, they're going to be rocking and rolling with Dak Prescott. Also, they're going to stick around with Cooper Rush. They decided to let go of Ben DiNucci and then Garrett Gilbert. But you're only talking about 2 quarterbacks on the roster right now. Dak Prescott's coming off a horrible ankle injury, has also been battling some shoulder tiredness, stiffness, I guess, in the offseason. And I'm not really confident in the redhead Rush. So maybe you go out, you add a veteran in Cam Newton to be a better backup than Cooper. Who knows? All I know is this. If all I'm going to go into my season is having only Dak and Cooper Rush, I might be a little bit nervous. The New York Jets are next up on this list. They drafted Zach Wilson, number 2 overall. He is going to be the starting quarterback. However, they decided to name Mike White the backup. I mean, I'm sorry, Mike White, how you're a starting or a backup quarterback in the NFL is surprising. If anybody, I feel bad for Josh Johnson, who the Jets signed this offseason, and I believe somebody in the office said he's been cut now, 20 times? That might have been an exaggeration, but he's been bouncing all over the place. The bottom line is this: after Zach Wilson, it's nobody on that Jets roster has yet to throw a pass. Think about that. I mean, a regular season pass, nobody's ever done it. That's even more wild to me. So what I want you guys to do right now is think about the 5 teams that I talked about as potential Cam Newton destinations. The Houston Texans, Washington football team, Atlanta Falcons, Dallas Cowboys, New York Jets. The numbers that you see behind is the way that I think, or this is how I'm trying to figure out of the 5 teams that I mentioned, which one you think makes the most sense. So if you think the Houston Texans would be the best destination for Cam, you type 1. Washington, 2, Falcons 3, Cowboys 4, New York Jets 5. If you believe that there's a team that I left off, or if you're like, Mitch, how the hell did you put on the Houston Texans on this? I mean, you can do anything. It's a cool part about the internet. You can always hit me up on IG at Mitchell Renz 365. And for the 600th show in the world in a row that I filmed, here you can go also and follow Jeremy Beadling on Twitter at JI Beadling, because if it wasn't for him, this show wouldn't have been possible.